Is the new Sea of Thieves campaign expansion really single player, really a campaign for us single player gamers? Stay with me. So I started this video off with the beginning of this campaign add-on where you travel into a gateway and watch what happens. I'm kicked back out to the dock. The single player didn't begin. That happened to me 6 times. 6 times in a row because the servers were having issues. So this is not a single player game. This is an online persistent world game with quote unquote campaign added in. That was my first sign that things weren't going to go very well for me, somebody looking for a deep, engaging story that they can enjoy by themselves. So then I finally got in to this world, and you're in the afterlife and you're exploring and you're walking through, and I like the graphics, I like that it's stylized, and I do enjoy the world. But it was a bit underwhelming. I'm walking, I'm fetch questing things, I'm opening doors, I'm doing some light platforming, and there isn't a lot going on. And I was waiting to see if the gameplay, because the gameplay in Sea of Thieves is built around co-op. It's built around 3 other people and yourself, 4 total, doing things together. But they said that this was a campaign, a single-player, story-driven experience for people who can play it by themselves. So the big test was, are they going to tailor the gameplay to allow for that? Or is it going to be the same type of gameplay that is quote-unquote, you can play by yourself, but you really need 3 other people to accomplish these tasks? And I was really heartbroken when I got to the first big battle where you find Captain Jack Sparrow. The Jolly Roger emerges from beneath the sea. Davy Jones is there screaming at you, and it's all done very well. It feels like a Pirates of the Caribbean ride that you're on. That's the biggest compliment I can pay it, from the sounds to the experiences. But when I got to that part and actual gameplay began, there are 4 cannons on the left side, there are 4 cannons on the right side, and the Jolly Roger submerges and emerges from the water on the left side for a bit, goes under, comes up on the right side for a bit, and you have to go back and forth, loading these cannons and then firing them. Doing that by yourself, the gameplay was not tailored to allow that. It's still very much a game where you need 3 other people to experience it the way that developer wants you to experience it. But my problem is, it's fine if the developer wants you to experience that way. Don't call it a campaign add-on. Call it a co-op campaign add-on. Don't hint that it can be done solo, because even though it can, the gameplay is not fun solo. You need 3 other people there to man those guns, to do it correctly. And I just was severely let down by this, because I understand that this game is built from the ground up to be a multiplayer co-op experience. I get that. I get it. However, I don't think it's too much to ask that when they talk about story, when they bring in characters like Captain Jack Sparrow with a rich history, a lot of lore, why is the gameplay still tailored to having 3 other people dragged along with me? Why call it a campaign? Why say that you can go through it by yourself? I was extremely, extremely disappointed. So I kept on pushing through. All of this footage, by the way, is before you find Jack Sparrow, because I don't want to spoil anything for people who may enjoy this. And I'm sure that if you play this with 3 other people and you're a fan of Sea of Thieves, you're going to enjoy this game. I personally am a single player gamer, and you might say to yourself, well, that's an unfair expectation to place on this game. That's not my expectation. That's what I was told from the developer, from the deep dive, rich, deep story, lore, all of that being brought in. But the gameplay wasn't tailored to be played solo or co-op. It was left to be played co-op. And the example is what I just gave earlier in that sequence where you're fighting. It's almost impossible for one person to jump back and forth between 8 cannons and load them all. However, 4 people, no problem. Probably a lot of fun. Why not tailor make the gameplay specifically to allow for single player and co-op? You can't really talk about adding on a campaign to a game and then leave the gameplay in the same style of the original game. So it's built for co-op, it's built for 4 people, it's not built for 1. If you're a fan of Disney and you're a fan of Sea of Thieves and you really want to push through this to play by yourself, I'm sure that you can. I'm not sure I'm going to go back to it. I'm really disappointed in this. And again, I'm not trying to rain on anyone's Sea of Thieves parade. If you like co-op and you think co-op campaigns can have deep stories and you can actually pay attention to what's going on with 3 other people buzzing around in your ear and you find that fun, this is probably the game for you. I myself expected something different, and I am extremely disappointed that they didn't, again, create a deeper connection to the gameplay and the lore for somebody playing by themselves. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Think about liking and subscribing and sharing this out on your favorite social media platform of choice, and I'll see you in the next video.